Hey guys, I'm just here at the park doing some very yummy and delicious yin yoga. And there's this teaching that keeps wanting to come through. It's like the fifth time I feel like Spirit's told me to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. During retreat, there was a teaching that came through about head pressure. And it's a teaching that I've shared with others many times. It's a really beautiful teaching, but it was interesting for the specific person that was coming forward with the head pressure. I felt something like a totally different type of teaching come through. I felt like this transmission come through that was about actually going up into where the pressure is and being with it and having a dialogue with it. And interestingly enough, that's exactly where the one-on-one in the session container ended. It ended with, what does the pressure need? Or what does it remind you of? And that was something I was intuiting from the very start of the question, is like, a lot of times when we have head pressure, the teaching is to get in the body, which is totally makes sense, right? But something I intuited when this specific person came forward was like, oh, we need to go up and be with the pressure, to be with the kind of like the chaos and the tension in the head space. Because the head is part of the body too. The mind isn't, but just because you're up in the head doesn't mean you're necessarily in the mind, right? There's a distinction there. And it actually took me a while to learn that too, because a lot of times when I'd have stuff going on in my head, I'd try to force myself to get in my heart, force myself in my stomach and my pelvis, not realizing that my consciousness was actually needed in my head, not in my mind, but in my head. And I just thought if I went into my head, that would be my mind. Not realizing at the time that the head is the body and the mind is something different, right? And so, I was intuiting that with this particular person that there was actually a lot of, just needing to be present with the pressure from a gentle and loving place. And I was so glad to see how it ended there. It's like Craig is a master teacher. So, he always seems, and the grace is always guiding him and speaking through him. So more often than not, it seems like, at least by the end, that whatever was arising in the questioner has been met in the way it needed to be met. But it was just something that came up, like a little different teaching. Like for some of you, if you're having head pressure, if you're having lots of stuff going on in the head, it's probably a sign that your awareness is needed there. Now, your mind probably isn't needed there. Your ideas, your fearful projections about what's going on, your judgments about it, whatever your mind's interpretations are of it, those probably aren't needed, but your gentle, loving presence in the headspace might be the thing to really help that tension to start to dissolve. And I almost had like this third eye image that if some of you will go up into the head pressure and just be with it in loving compassion, just seeing it, just asking it, how are you doing? Like, what do you need from me? Telling it that it's okay. And just really being with it and not being fearful of it, not seeing it as a problem, not seeing it as something that must go away this instant, not seeing it as something that's ruining your life, but to really just view it from a place of compassion and love and tenderness. And I feel like for a lot of you, as you start to do this, like I was saying, I had this third eye image that it'll just slowly untangle the tension, and the pressure will just slowly untangle and dissolve all on its own. And then you'll just naturally fall right back into the body, right? But it's like sometimes when we have stuff going on, like knots and tension in certain places, we just need to bring our awareness there in a loving way. And I'll stress one more time, I'm not saying the mind and all the opinions and judgments that come with the mind. I'm just saying your gentle, loving awareness. And when we bring it there, and we're not going there to fix it, we're not going there to solve it, we're simply going into the head pressure and any tension in the head just to be with it, just to honor it, and just to bring it love. We're going there with a attitude and perspective of patience and understanding, and telling it you can throb as long as you need to, you can be as tense as long as you need to. I'm just here with you. I'm just checking in with you, and I'm just sitting with you from a place of love. You know, it's like we don't want to add pressure to the pressure, right? We don't want to be pressuring it to get it, you know, you got to get healed right now. No, but just being with it from a place of real softness and love. And I think a lot of you might notice that, like I said, that tension will just dissolve over time on its own. You'll naturally just come back into your heart, into your stomach, into your body. It won't be something that you kind of have to like will yourself to do, you know? Because when we have lots of head pressure, it seems like we have to use kind of a lot of will to get back into the body. But if you have head pressure, you'll notice your awareness just wants to go up to the head pressure anyways. So what I'm teaching in this video is just allow it to. And allow yourself to be with it. And I think if you guys do that, you know, from this soft, gentle, loving place, without the mind, then I think it could really help a lot of you guys. So hope you enjoyed this video. Sending you guys all a lot of love. I just wrote a new ebook if you're interested in buying that. Got a bunch of new Patreon videos. So I'll put all these links in the description for ways to support this work if that resonates with you guys. Other than that, I'm sending you all so much love, and namaste.